Hey everybody, welcome. This is the Rayzor Show, or the Rage of Rayzor Show, I should say. And this is the first ever episode. And Jay and I decided to talk about the Mandalorian. Now we are going to potentially have spoilers in the show, so if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch. But we do want you to subscribe to the channel. This I'm going to try to do more stuff on this channel with my 42 subscribers. What's up? So I'm going to bring Jay in now. Jay, how are we doing tonight?
Good, very good.
We
How you
ready to
doing?
talk about some Star Wars?
Oh yeah, it's my birthday. Would love nothing else to do better than talk some Star Wars, and
Yes.
especially some Mandalorian. I am super hyped for
God.
tomorrow. Now I've heard, I had speculated myself on what I thought was going to happen, and then I've heard some things. Don't get too hyped. Don't expect too much. So it's not
Yeah.
going to be you know, I know we told people spoilers, and we're going to get into some speculation and things we've heard from sources and whatnot. So I give people just another couple seconds to get out if they don't want to hear spoilers. But yeah, I heard, I was expecting maybe possibly a big heavy duty battle, epic battle scene, but I've been told not to get your hopes up for that. That it's going to be more personal and more character driven moments.
Yes.
But
So,
which that's I'm perfectly fine with. That'll be cool because
well,
for one, I want some live action Ahsoka. I've been waiting for this for a long time. So just seeing how Rosario looks, I've heard she looks great, but I'll judge it for myself. I'm not that harsh of a judge when it comes to that. I thought Bo-Katan looked really good,
yeah, she did. She
but
looked great.
yeah, I'm excited.
Oh,
This whole season is just every time an episode airs, I'm just super psyched for the next one to come out. I can't believe I got to wait a week. Every time I watch one episode, I was like, man, I got to wait a week to see the next one.
that's usually my initial reaction. Like, especially when I watch The Boys, I was like, "Oh
Mm,
my god, I want to know what's happening next." But at the same time, I'm glad that it's spaced out, where
yeah,
we're not, just binging it and then it's over, like a show like Stranger Things or
yeah,
whatever. Uh,
savor it.
you get to savor it. You kind of get to let it sink in, and you do the same thing I do. Watch it another time or two afterwards. Just kind of pick out things like Easter eggs or whatnot. And
Yeah,
so far, season two has been pretty darn good.
yeah,
Um, Again, if you're new to the channel, which everybody should be, that's probably we're probably not going to have very many viewers. That's cool. We're still going to talk about the Mandalorian, uh, season two, the first live action Star Wars ongoing television show. And like Jay said, we love it. We're excited to see Ahsoka, who's been promised to us. Right? They name dropped her. I got the goosebumps. I got the chills. I got not the chills. I got the feels when I heard her name. When I saw Bo
mm,
Katan for the first time, I saw her bucket, and I was like, "Whew,
yeah,
man!" I mean, we were avid watchers of Clone Wars and Rebels, so this
yeah,
is a huge payoff, and for animated characters that I never thought I'd see come to life.
absolutely.
So it's very exciting to see this happen, and no, it's like validating that they're a part of the larger galaxy. With
Right,
like Luke and Han and Leia and all that.
they're real. They're
It
not just
actually
animated. They're real.
exactly, and not just comic books either.
Right.
I started watching the Clone Wars, the first Mandalorian episode last night because I just needed a fix, and I got it. But I'm going to keep watching because the Clone Wars is a great show. If you have never watched the Clone Wars, you miss out. It's on Disney Plus, the whole thing, and then you watch Rebels, and then you watch the Mandalorian, the Filoni verse, as it were.
The Filoniverse, yeah.
Yeah. So Jay, you got the inside knowledge. We're getting into spoiler territory quite quickly because this show is not going to be like an hour, 2 hour show like my other shows, like the Horror Syndicate. Um, Subscribe to the channel, and then if you don't want to hear spoilers, disappear. Jay, you got the floor, man. Well, tell us what you've heard. It's all
Okay.
speculative, of course. We'll find out Friday
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
About
Nothing is
26 hours from now. Go ahead.
right. Nothing is 100% confirmed, obviously, until the show hits. So yeah. From what I've heard, the episode, and I'm sure a lot of people already know this. The episode is titled "The Jedi," supposedly. We're going to what is it, Corvus?
Yeah.
Where we're going to meet up with Ahsoka. Um, I've heard now. I was expecting, since Moff Gideon has the tracker on the Razor Crest, that he was going to show up in this episode, but I'm not sure if that is going to happen or not. Supposedly we're going to find out the child's name, Baby Yoda, and from what I heard, it's Grogu or Grogu, however it's pronounced.
That's when I heard that, I found that strange, but I mean, Yoda's a strange name.
Yeah, and I was, after Yoda and Yaddle, I was like, well, at least it doesn't start with Y.
Why isn't it Yogro or something?
Maybe it's too close to
Yeah.
Yoda.
Well, well, I can't wait to delve into more about what the child's past, because he's still 50, so he technically is older than the Phantom Menace.
Right. So supposedly the time lines up to where he was born about the same time as Anakin, and there's some I don't know if it's rumor or speculation or reports that he was on Coruscant during the prequels, and he had started training as a youngling. He had started Jedi training as a youngling. So we'll see if that's actually the case or not. So we're gonna be introduced to Ahsoka, and apparently she's at war with the magistrate of the planet or the city where she's at, and she's fighting soldiers. And when Din Djarin first arrives, he meets the magistrate who offers him Beskar to take out Ahsoka. So apparently, when they first meet, they're going to be at odds. But he keeps it from escalating too far by bringing up Bo-Katan, and then I guess they make up and they get along or whatever. They go from there. But so there was speculation that she may be taking the child and bringing him to either a Jedi or training him herself, and that he would leave the Mandalorian show and then be on the Ahsoka show as a way to get normies or your casual Star Wars fans to start watching the Ahsoka show. But now I've heard that that's might not be the case. That Ahsoka is going after Admiral Thrawn. Supposedly, we get Thrawn's name dropped in this episode, and Ahsoka is going after Thrawn. But she tells Din of a Jedi temple that he can take the child to, and I guess supposedly there's a Jedi there that can take the child or train him. So we'll see. We will find out tomorrow night. We got 26 hours till the episode drops. So
Yep, 26 hours. That's like when we were talking about our comic stuff. Like, right, I was like, I looked at the time. I was like, oh man, only 2 more hours till the Mandalorian. I was like, oh shit, it's Wednesday.
right.
I was like, never mind. I was like, wait, Jay, let's talk about this. Let's not watch videos on making turkeys. Let's talk about the Mandalorian a little bit. It's a good way to kick off. Hopefully a weekly show or bi-weekly show on my own new channel. It's not new, it's been around for years, but yeah, man, there's a lot of interesting stuff that could be going down. This seems like it could be the biggest episode, and from what you were saying, they're saying it could be nearly an hour runtime, which
I
would
heard
rival the first episode.
Two things. I think the first one I heard was like 52 or 58, but now I've heard like it's 40 something minutes. Regardless, 40 plus minutes of this episode will be, I'm sure it'll be awesome. I'm sure it'll be epic.
I expect a lot. I mean, this is the 5th episode, so we're past the halfway mark now.
Yeah.
I'm really expecting a lot of stuff to go down in 6, 7, and 8, especially. In episode 4, we got to see some kind of possible cloning situation going on using the midichlorians from the child's blood. We saw dark troopers possibly, and it looks like what's his name?
Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon is ready to go to war. So I have a feeling there's going to be a conflict in this episode.
That's what.
It's going to be a heavy episode, I think.
Yeah. Now, what do you think? So supposedly there's different variations of the Dark Troopers. Like I forget what they were calling it. It's slipping my mind, but so apparently these are also like an exoskeleton, and there's some speculation that maybe Moff Gideon is going to wear one.
That would be cool. Yeah, there's the robot ones. I always say robot. Basically a droid type thing, and
Right.
the wires exposed and stuff. And then there are the ones that people can be in and also deflect lightsabers. Lightsabers are useless against the Dark Troopers.
That was another thing I heard. And then
Yeah,
also I
so
heard that there was a version of them where they were like a cyborg, where it was like clones, like the clone troopers, Jango Fett clones that
kind
were
of
like,
in the same breath of Vader's suit.
okay, right.
Yeah, and I've heard that too. The ones I remember from back in the old comics, I'm pretty sure there were just people in there.
Oh,
Super special stormtroopers, super special stormtroopers.
okay.
Hashtag super special stormtroopers.
So now I'm interested, touching back on the cloning thing, the cloning banks we saw. We heard Dr. Was it Pershing?
Yeah, I don't remember his name ever. For some reason, it always escapes me.
Well, anyways, he was saying, that their attempts at infusing the blood or the whatever they were trying to do failed.
Yeah.
And he wasn't sure if the donor was going to make it. Do you think that this is trying to fill in some background of how they were trying to bring Palpatine back? And like maybe this was the initial steps of what eventually becomes Snoke? Or do you think they're trying to infuse some sort of force sensitivity or powers in the Dark Troopers?
I think I have a couple of things that I think. First of all, well, I don't know how to say this, but I'm worried that they're bridging to Snoke because, and I say I'm worried because I'm not a huge fan of the sequels, and I kind of wish this would be a start of a new thing, but it probably won't. But I think it is there. I think they are trying to somehow clone Palpatine, because why wouldn't they?
Right.
I mean, he's only been gone for a few years, and he probably had contingency plans already laid in place. I mean, he helped for the most part create the clone army anyway.
Right.
So why wouldn't he have clones laying ready to go? Supposedly his son in Rise of Skywalker is a clone too. That was sent in the world. I guess that was through the book. I don't know. That's what I think. I also have a weird theory. What if they're trying to? Maybe they're not clones. What if they're test subjects where they're trying to put the midichlorians into these test subjects? It's not working, but Moff Gideon wants to become force sensitive.
Yeah, that's another speculation I've heard thrown around, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah,
and it could very well be possible too. That could be what they're trying to do.
I mean, he already wields a force-sensitive type of weapon with the Darksaber. I mean, of course, Mandalorians use it, but it was made by a Mandalorian Jedi, the only Mandalorian Jedi.
Right. It is interesting, though, knowing how big of a part that the music and the themes play in Star Wars, that they use Snoke's theme was kind of, or something reminiscent of Snoke's theme was playing in the background, which also, I didn't realize this. They said, I've heard that that's the same theme that was played in the background in the prequels when Sidious was telling I forget, I guess it was Anakin about Darth Plagueis and his abilities to reincarnate or come back.
That was a big Snoke theory before Episode 8 was he could be Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Yeah.
Which, according to Ryan Johnson, our Snoke theories suck. So, I don't know. It's interesting. I can't wait to see it all unravel and expand, which sounds like it's going to expand. I mean, we've talked about the possible Ahsoka show that could be coming down the pipe. I think they're waiting. Like this year, of course, with everything going on in the world, they skipped out on Celebration Anaheim. And that's where they usually lay down all their huge announcements. I mean, Mandalorian was announced at one of the celebrations. I think the one I was at, in Orlando, in 2017, maybe.
Right.
And they released the first trailer at Chicago last year or the year before, whenever that was. It was 2019. But anyway, I think they're waiting for something like that to start really releasing everything. This year has been bad for that stuff. I mean, you've seen all the MCU movies canceled for the year, basically. I guess Black Widow might be coming to Disney Plus. There's a rumor, but I think they're waiting to get an announcement. There's a lot of also different things happening at Lucasfilm with Kathleen Kennedy's contract is up in September, I think, of next year. So who knows what's going to happen? I'm excited because I do think we're gonna get a Rebels. I don't want to say gonna. You know how I am. I need confirmation.
Right.
There's rumors of a Rebels sequel show.
Yeah.
That's animated. There's also a rumor of an Ahsoka show, which might branch off of this, which would be awesome because I love Ahsoka. And let me tell you something, I adore Rosario Dawson. Oh.
So here's another thing. On the subject of Ahsoka's spinoff show, if she does, in fact, in this in tomorrow night's episode, say that she is looking for Admiral Thrawn. So if she doesn't know where Thrawn is, then most likely he is still lost with Ezra Bridger, right?
Right. In the unknown regions, isn't it?
In the unknown regions.
Right.
And I know for a while the speculation that was that there would be an Ahsoka and Sabine would be in Ahsoka.
Please give me Sabine.
And that their show would be them searching for Ezra and Thrawn. So that might, if she says she's looking for Thrawn, that might line up with what they're looking to do.
Yeah. If they name drop Thrawn on Friday, I might just lose my mind. I mean, that's a childhood dream to see live action from like 1992. Okay.
Right. And just seeing them brought into canon through the Rebel series, that was awesome. That was big for me. I'm like, hell yes, give me more.
When Disney acquired the rights to Star Wars, and when Lucas sold them to Disney, and they decided we're starting fresh. We're rebooting Star Wars altogether. The first thing I thought of was like, oh my God, are they getting rid of all the expanded universe? Yeah, that announcement came the next day, and I was like, Grand Admiral Thrawn's gone. Legacy is gone. All this stuff that I like, it felt like all of my Star Wars knowledge that I had, because it's gone. It was gone. But the good thing is they're starting to bring some of even Quinlan Voss, who was in a lot of the comics, the Dark Horse comics, has come back.
Yeah.
So there's some of these characters are coming back. Thrawn's one I definitely want to see because he was super cool in the Thrawn trilogy, and then we finally got to see him in Rebels, and mostly he was from the Thrawn trilogy from the Timothy Zahn books.
And it appears that Filoni and Favreau are looking to bring more Legends stuff into canon, especially we've seen the Dark Troopers and
even Darth Bane was in Clone Wars, and Darth Bane was he's the creator of the Rule of Two for the Sith.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, I trust Dave Filoni implicitly. Like, well, he's essentially. For lack of a better term, he's George Lucas's Padawan learner.
Right.
And, like, he understands Star Wars more than I think anyone else possibly could. He learned directly from the maker,
Yeah.
So I trust him. His two shows, and I'm talking about Clone Wars and Rebels, have been fantastic and adding lore to even before Disney bought it. He's done a great job, and he deserves to be the guy who's running Lucasfilm, in my opinion.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
And Jon Favreau's just come along for the ride, just kicking some butt, making great content.
And let's not forget that he is one of the key parts that started the whole MCU with Iron Man, first Iron Man. So
what about that resume?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll start the MCU and do Iron Man 2, and be in the movies. And I'll start the Star Wars TV series with the Mandalorian. Yeah,
I've even heard bits that Feige is even kind of in on, like helping guide them as far as how to build the web of connective tissue in the.
I don't, that's cool, but do they need that? Because we've got Filoni knows exactly what to do. I mean, he does. He. I
mean, Filoni. But I'm saying as far as handling multiple shows and how to introduce certain characters before they come out with their own show, and just kind of help. Not that Filoni or Favreau needs it, but he's got the proven track record. So I don't think it can hurt.
Yeah, I don't think it would hurt either. But
And apparently,
I think Feige needs to appoint a Padawan of his own too for the MCU. Everybody should have a backup plan. Unfortunately, Kathleen Kennedy wasn't, in my opinion, the right choice.
No,
But
our direction and the direction of the storytelling and hiring the directors and whatnot. No.
It's been kind of a mess, and it may not be all her fault, but the fans seem to blame her, and and I've been known to do that too.
It's possible that Bob got involved in some of those decisions as well. Well, we know that it was his choice to drop Solo when it went.
Dude, I tell you what, man, Solo turned out to be better than I expected. So,
yeah, I mean, especially with the firing and changing directors that far into the project, and reshoots are pretty standard these days. But then you were hearing things about what's his name, the guy that played Han Solo, they brought in an acting coach,
Iron or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he may have been the weakest part of that movie, but I still enjoyed him.
I was fine with it though. I mean, he was a young Hans, but he didn't look exactly how I would picture Han as but that's that's neither here or there. I was fine with it. I didn't have any problems with it, and I enjoyed the movie quite well.
Yeah, so my internet just went out for a second.
I seen that.
You carried it. Remember what I told you the other day about our damn internet provider here just decides to cut the stuff after midnight. Luckily, it hasn't ruined my chances of watching The Mandalorian. So back on Solo for a second. I didn't hear what you said for about 20 seconds, but that's another project I'd like to see explored again because I really enjoyed the movie, and I'd like to see maybe a Disney Plus show based around the character, and I'd like to see Lando come back.
Well, I wouldn't mind just seeing a Lando show.
That would be awesome too.
Before the
Calrissian carry that show too.
The Calrissian
Chronicles, yeah. But we're looking forward to the Mandalorian season, episode 5, and what we've got 3 more after that. It's going to be a fun ride. Maybe we'll do a recap show or something like that after we see it on Friday. I don't know, would you be down for that? Half an hour show, maybe talking about what we just saw.
Absolutely,
man. Maybe we'll do that on Friday. Try to get some more people subscribing to the page. Please subscribe to Rage of Rayzor here on YouTube. Follow the Facebook page. Same thing, Rage of Rayzor. Anything else you want to say about the Mandalorian before we head out for the night?
No, don't try to hype yourself up too much for it to avoid being let down. But I think we're gonna get some pretty big information bombs and build a little bit more of the backstory and the future of where the show is going. I think it's gonna be a pretty pivotal episode.
Yeah. I know that after the tease at the end of the first episode with Boba Fett, people were probably expecting him to be a big part of the show, and I think he may be at some point, but I expected exactly what we got from Boba Fett in the first episode.
Yeah, so. And I think once the show develops a little bit more and gets to, I think it's going to go in the direction where we're going to see Bo-Katan trying to take back Mandalore and uniting Mandalorians. I think it's going to go back, become more Mandalore-centric. That is possibly when Boba Fett could play a bigger part. Plus, there are the rumors and reports that there is a Boba Fett spinoff show coming.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I mean,
which may be a prequel. I heard recently that it might take place before the Mandalorian, but I'm not sure.
Kind of showing what he did before or between
what he's been doing since he got out of the Sarlacc pit.
He wouldn't be wearing his armor then.
No.
Just
Cool
fair
if
warning for
they showed-
anybody.
What if they started the series out showing how he gets out of the Starlight Pit?
And how he lost his armor, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool. I mean, being a Boba Fett fan, and it's funny because I never really was a big Boba Fett fan, like growing up. But being a Boba Fett fan now, and after like I was always on the he's dead, he died. George Lucas said he died. He died. But like now, like knowing more about Mandalorians and that fact that he probably isn't even a Mandalorian,
Right.
I love Boba Fett, and I want to see him in the armor. I want to see this. I want to see Morrison in the armor, wearing the armor, running around doing stuff. But maybe even before, like A New Hope. I mean, I would love to see what he like. I know we're seeing it in comics, like Star Wars has the Bounty Hunter comic that's out now, and he's been in well, at least the first issue. I've read that. I haven't read the other 6, but
he shows up here and there through.
Yeah, but I don't want Boba Fett overload.
Right.
I do want to see him, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess I'm excited. The Mandalorian's been very good, and this could be the start of branching off into doing so many other things, which would be awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So once again, I think we're going to end it for the night. 26 minutes in. Jay, thanks for hanging out and talking some Star Wars, some Mandalorian. We'll do this again maybe on Friday after we see the show at some point.
Yeah, I'm game.
Yeah, I love talking Star Wars. That's what brought us together in the first place, talking Star Wars. Subscribe to the channel. Just tell your friends about it. If you want to hear some truth dropped by some real fans, no, we're not monetized, so we got to be real. Thanks for watching, anybody who does watch, and we will see you Friday sometime after the show. Probably Friday evening, I'd say. We need our beauty sleep.
Early morning, like right after we watch it, or we can sleep on it?
Well, like 3 a.m. You want to go live at 3 and do a? We could be one of the first people to talk about it.
I'm usually like after I watch it, I'm usually hyped up and
wired.
Yeah, I'm not like going to bed anytime right after.
Well, the stream will be there for anybody if we want to do that. We could do that right after the show. I have nothing to do on Friday, Black Friday. So that's not a real Black Friday this year anyway. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do a special 3 o'clock in the morning edition of the Rayzor show. I need a name for this show. What are we going to call this? Star Wars something or other.
We'll think of something between now and then.
Yeah, we need to get a custom overlay like this thing going.
All right, maybe I'll make one.
I will task you for the Rayzor Star Wars show. How about that? All right. Anyway, everybody, thanks for hanging out. Anybody who did, remember to hit the subscribe button. Follow me at Rayzor_33, and you can follow Jay at JSloanArt on Twitter and Instagram. And don't forget to follow Unparalleled Comics, where we make comics because we love comics. Have a good evening, or whatever you're watching this.